Brindisi. You're standing at the end of the most important road in the ancient world, the Appian Way, the road that connected Rome to the Mediterranean and built over 2,000 years ago, ends with two Roman columns on a hill above the harbor. Most cruisers walk past them and spend an hour in a souvenir shop. That's the wrong call. By the end of this, you'll know what Brindisi actually is and how to use your day. Welcome to Travel Day Trip Ideas. We're about to break down what to do, what to skip, and whether to DIY or take a tour. If that helps, hit subscribe. It really helps us grow. Let's jump in. The first thing you need to know about Brindisi is where your ship actually docks. Brindisi has two main cruise berths, the inner harbor and the outer harbor. The difference is massive if you are trying to make the most of a short day. If you are lucky enough to be on a smaller ship, think Silversea, Seabourn, or sometimes MSC, you will land at the inner harbor, Bancina Stazione Marittima, or Seno di Levante. From there, it is a flat 2 to 5 minute walk to the old town. You roll your bag out of the terminal, follow the signs, and you are basically in the historic center before you even think about a taxi. The waterfront is right there, and you can see the Roman columns from the dock. If you are on a bigger ship like Costa or one of the mega liners, you will be at the outer harbor, Costa Morena or Sant'Apollinare. This is where things get less convenient. You are 2 to 4 kilometers from the action. On foot, that is a 20 to 40 minute walk, mostly along an industrial stretch. Most people grab the port shuttle if it is running or jump in a taxi. Taxis line up at the terminal and you are looking at about 10 to 20 euros to get dropped at Piazza del Duomo or the train station. Waits are usually short, but on heavy cruise days add in a buffer, 5 to 15 minutes for a cab, just in case. The bottom line, check your ship's berth before you plan anything. If you are at the inner harbor, you can walk off and be in the heart of Brindisi in minutes. If you are at the outer harbor, factor in the shuttle or taxi time both ways. That difference can eat up half an hour or more of your day, and it matters if you are thinking about a quick lunch, a full Old Town loop, or a dash to Lecce. Your time budget starts the second you step onto the pier. There's a reason people talk about the Roman columns first. You walk up, and there it is, one massive white column, over 2,000 years old, standing right above the harbor. This is not just a random monument. This is the official end of the Appian Way, the Via Appia, the road that connected Rome to the Adriatic and opened up trade, armies, and ideas to the east. The Romans started building it back in 312 BCE, and it finally reached Brindisi about 50 years later. Every general, merchant, and poet who wanted to get from Rome to Greece or Asia would have ended up right here, looking out over the water. Julius Caesar, Pompey, and Octavian all marched this route. Virgil died in Brindisi in 19 BCE, not far from this spot. The columns are free to visit, you do not need a ticket, and you do not need a guide. Just a 10-minute walk from the inner harbor puts you at the base, with the old town curving behind you and the sea stretching out in front. There used to be two columns, but one collapsed in the 1500s. The surviving one is about 18 meters tall, topped with a Corinthian capital. The fallen capital actually ended up in Lecce's main square if you are planning that day trip. For most people, this is a quick payoff. You get the history, the view, and a sense you have actually stood at the end of something that mattered. It is a mistake to skip it, even if you are only in Brindisi for an hour. The Old Town Loop in Brindisi is short, but it packs a lot in once you've seen the columns, your steps from the Duomo, officially the Cathedral of San Giovanni Battista. This place is the real deal. Built in the 11th century, it is one of the oldest cathedrals in Puglia. Walk inside and you're hit by that mix of cool air and the smell of incense. The stone walls are thick and the shadows settle in the corners. It feels ancient because it is. Look down and you'll spot fragments of Byzantine mosaics near the apse. Tiny colored tiles, some more than 900 years old, tucked into the floor and walls. The crypt is even older, with rough columns and a sense of quiet that is hard to find outside. Back outside, the main square, Piazza del Duomo, is calm, with just enough shade for a break. From here you can swing by the Swabian Castle. You cannot go inside, the Navy uses it, but the exterior is worth a quick look, especially if you like medieval walls and a bit of grit. The waterfront promenade, Lungomare Regina Margherita, runs along the harbor. It is flat, lined with palm trees and dotted with benches. You will see fishing boats, ferries, and the odd super yacht all bobbing in the sun. In less than an hour, you can loop from the columns to the Duomo, past the castle, and along the water, with time to spare for a coffee or a gelato. If you only have a few hours, this loop gives you the best of Brindisi without rushing and without risking missing your ship. Lecce is the big swing. If you are thinking about leaving Brindisi for the day, you need to have 6 hours or more between docking and all aboard, no exceptions. That is the first mistake people make, underestimating the time it takes to get there, see anything properly, and get back without stress. The regional train from Brindisi Centrale to Lecce takes about 30 to 45 minutes each way, but you need to add time for getting from the port to the station by foot if you are at the inner harbor, or by shuttle or taxi if you are out at Costa Morena. Trains run roughly every hour, but they do not wait for you. Miss one, and you are standing around burning daylight. If you want to see Lecce's Baroque Center, the Roman amphitheater, and grab a proper meal, you need at least 3 to 4 hours in Lecce itself. Add in the round-trip travel, waiting, and the buffer for delays, and you are already at the 6-hour mark. Organized tours cost more, usually 80 to 100 euros per person, and they guarantee you will make it back to the ship on time. If you are tight on time or feeling rushed, Lecce is not the move today. That is the decision point. If you cannot give it 6 hours, stick to Brindisi. Food is where Brindisi punches above its weight. If you are sticking to the old town, a real Apulian lunch does not have to cost much. Local spots like Citra or Flabi serve Orecchiette alle cime di rapa, the signature pasta with turnip greens, for 10 to 15 euros. Add a glass of local white wine and a coffee, and you are still under 20 euros. Seafood is everywhere along the waterfront. Mussels, grilled octopus, or a plate of Fritto Misto usually runs 15 to 25 euros. You can sit outside, watch the ferries, and not worry about blowing your budget. Jumping to Lecce is a different story. If you go on your own, you will need to budget for train tickets, about 6 to 12 euros round trip, plus lunch in the city, which can easily reach 20 euros or more. But most people book a guided tour for Lecce, and those run 80 to 100 euros per person. That covers transport, a guide, sometimes lunch, and guarantees you will get back to the ship on time. It is a premium day, so if you are weighing Old Town versus Lecce, the price difference is real. A day in Brindisi can be delicious and cheap. Lecce is more of a splurge, but you get the full Baroque show. Either way, knowing your numbers helps you decide how far and how well you want to eat. Mistake number 3 is cutting it too close on your way back. Ships don't wait, and Brindisi is not the place to gamble with a tight schedule, especially if you are coming back from Lecce or even just the edge of Old Town. Always build in a buffer. I never plan to be back at the terminal less than 90 minutes before all aboard, no matter what. That gives you breathing room for a late train, a slow lunch, or a taxi that takes the long way. If you're at the outer harbor, double-check shuttle times and leave at least 20 minutes for the ride plus any wait. For the inner harbor, the walk is short, but do not underestimate how fast time slips away when you are grabbing one last coffee or snapping a few more photos. Confirm your transport back, whether it is a train, taxi, or shuttle, before you even leave the port area. That's your safety net. If this guide helped you plan your Brindisi day, hit subscribe, drop your questions below, or check the links for recommended tours and food stops. Share your own tips if you have done this run. I always learn something new from your comments. Thanks for watching. If you want a little help making the day smoother, we've linked our recommended local tours in the description below. And the next cruise port guide is on screen. Click that and let's plan your next stop.